Those who don't jump will never fly. A track and field long jumping quote that takes on a significantly more important meaning for athletes who compete in unified sports at the high school level in Indiana. And to support the mission of unified sports, a group of high school coaches and administrators from throughout Indiana has come together to form the nation's first ever Unified Coaches Association. Bill Benner has more in this week's Inside Indiana Sports. Bill?
Gary, thanks. Since holding the first ever United Track and Field State Championship in 2014, the Indiana High School Athletic Association and Special Olympics Indiana have been at the forefront of athletic opportunities, pairing athletes with disabilities with their school peers. And the recently formed United Coaches Association of Indiana will attempt to further that cause. And joining us today from East Noble High School is Ryan Pebbles, the Vice President of the United Coaches Association of Indiana. And Ryan, welcome to the program. Great to have you on, and thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Let's go. I know you've had a long association with athletes with special needs, but let's go back to more recently. What was behind the formation of the United Coaches Association?
Well, just collaborating with a number of other coaches over the years and ways to continue to grow the sport and all over the state for unified sports in the high school setting. There were some coaches that came together at the Special Olympics convention about a year ago, and it was we kind of came to a census that an association would be a great idea because all of the other sports at the high school level have a coaches association. So it only made sense that the unified sports have a coaches association. So it just kind of snowballed from there, and we met. It was a long process, but it was well worth it, and it's official. So here we are.
Ryan, talk about your background at Special Olympics. I know you were a coach of the year at a few years ago, but you go back quite a ways with your involvement with athletes with special needs.
Yeah, so I've been an adaptive PE teacher here at East Noble for 16 years now. And we were part of the Unified Track and Field program year one in 2014, and we've had every sport since the beginning. My wife is the Noble County Special Olympics coordinator, so we're heavily involved, and we really enjoy it.
Ryan, this is not only top-down driven. The IHSA has been an incredible champion of unified sports program, but also bottom up. I mean, the IHSA student athletes, and especially the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, have virtually been involved with this from the very beginning. So it's really a very broad-based program.
Oh yeah, absolutely. In 2013 timeframes there, just before the planning into unified track and field, Mr. Bobby Cox and his athletic advisory committee, they hit it out of the park with this one. So very pleased in what they've done.
What do you hope to, in the short term, at the very least, what do you hope to accomplish with the United Coaches Association?
Well, the mission or the goal is to support, inform, and educate current coaches that have a unified sports program within their school, within their building, as well as be a resource for schools that want to start a unified program. The IHSA and the Special Olympics Champions Together program have done an amazing job at getting programs started. And we just thought, with a number of veteran coaches out there throughout the state, it would be great to have another resource to help with neighboring schools to get their programs up and running. Roughly out of the 410 ISHA membered schools, roughly 175 of those schools in some way, shape, or form have at least one unified sport in their building. So we would like to grow that number from 175 to, as high as we can get it. 410 would be great. So some of those schools have multiple sports, some only one. I know the ISHA and the Special Olympics of Indiana plan to have 6 total sports year-round, 2 in the fall, 2 in the winter, and 2 in the spring. There currently is 4, so it continues to grow. And the Unified Coaches Association of Indiana is just going to be another resource for schools all over the state to reach out to and build their programs.
Well, Ryan, we wish you all the best moving forward, and thanks for joining us today from East Noble High School, the Vice President of the newly formed Unified Coaches Association of Indiana. Ryan, all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And Gary, back to you.